Welcome, Leo, to your Astrology reading for September. Man, getting through this summer like boom, really super fast. We're getting ready for that fall equinox. Yep, and the 22nd, and start a new season. So let's get in here and see what's going on with you. Guys, I hope you guys had a beautiful birthday. You guys deserve the best, and I hope you just had a wonderful day, maybe even a whole week. Okay, let's see what we have over here. We have 10 coming out in the 10th house with some Jupiter energy with Sagittarius. Good. That's good, though, because we're going to keep that fire going in the 10th house. So keeping that fiery energy for you is beautiful. And Jupiter in Sagittarius, that's crazy because Jupiter is Sagittarius's planet. As you can see, that's their home. That's Sagittarius's home, Jupiter. There we go. Your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. Let's go, guys. Let's do this. Let's bring that luck up. I really want to see some luck. Feeling it. The energy imbues power, super confidence, and enthusiasm with faith, good fortune, and authority. Going straight into the 10th house. Your achievements and status in the outside world. That's actually a good place to have this happen for you right now. Yeah. Because that's going to keep it adventurous. That's going to keep that confidence going. That's going to have this, kind of superior power. Different kind of power of fire. But bringing in the faith, good fortune, and authority, which you need. And this is about luck as well, which is good fortune. So... And then, of course, fire is always, no matter what sign it is, right, of fire is always confidence. So you're still using that confidence. Okay, so really what I see over here is this absolute powerhouse for professional success. I mean, because we're looking at the 10th house. This is expansive. Fortunate energy, incredibly potent here. Because like I said, they're together. That's... Okay. You're, I just feel like your Leo heart over here is ready to take center stage in your professional career over here. You're going to have some kind of global reach in your public life for those of you who do things globally. Because this could be like, could be internet, stuff like that, whatever you're doing, entertainment. So getting straight into the situation, the situation's taking place in the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. And beginning of the month, you do have, starting out the gate right there, Ace of Cups. New, fresh start, new beginning, new love. You might be getting married. Maybe you're going somewhere. I don't know. You're having a baby. But there's also something that has to do with compassion and creativity. Finding that creativity. And then you have all that, once again, fire energy is all about confidence and creativity. No matter what sign. So oh man. What are you guys doing over here? You're getting creative where you felt like there was some kind of financial loss. Out in the cold. So the new month, you might still feel a little out in the cold. But you're starting to have this new wave of creativity and intuition. Your intuition is popping, and your new feelings are popping as well. So even, this is very interesting because it's kind of teeter-tottering. It really feels like it's in scales, like if you had scales, right? Because on this hand, it's saying, I have new love, new feelings. I have this new... intuitive, creative ideas. I'm having this passion, this love, but I just still feel very out in the cold. Maybe I lost my job and I just haven't had my job yet, or I'm not getting paid right, or there's too much worry, too much insecurities. Something is going on over here with the page, with the 5 of Pentacles, So, yep, see, I told you, balance. I just told you. I feel like it's scales. There's the scales, but the scales are imbalanced. So on one hand, you're feeling all this brand new, great feelings, but your mind is still over there. So you're still feeling the excesses and the extremes of being jobless or isolated or whatever. Poverty mindset, maybe, for some of you. So definitely there's this imbalance. Well, let's go to the mid-month. The mid-month you have the Star card, the Tower in reverse, averting a tower. There's some kind of averting or delayed disaster. Because you're having some kind of sudden awareness. It's very interesting. You're accepting what's going on within this situation. But you're also withdrawing and retreating from whatever that was because you're keeping yourself hopeful. You know what's going on within this situation, but you're waiting for you're keeping the faith. You're waiting for the luck. You're waiting for things to turn around. But you're choosing your happiness, even with the Ace of Cups, because the Ace of Cups, no matter what, remember, the Ace of Cups said, right? It said, I choose my happiness. I know what I want. Your mindset, even though you're having anxieties about the situation. You might feel unappreciated, worried about money, despite no matter what's going on right over here, you're still finding this newfound joy and love. Even though you have a scarcity mindset. And it just becomes a little more excessive. This is Sagittarius energy. This is Sagittarius. It becomes a little more excessive. And you might be a bit more. Or you might even be with someone who is doing this. Oh, that could be another thing too, guys. You know what? That could be it as well. Oh. Let's just throw that one into the mix too for some of you, because you might be dealing with somebody who has an addiction problem and you're trying to keep your happiness while they're keeping a scarcity mindset because, yeah, things are not as great as they need to be. So they're throwing all of this out, making it extreme. And you're watching this extreme when you're trying to keep yourself happy. Now, if you know it yourself and you're a little imbalanced, that's fine. For others, if you know that it's someone else who's always trying to bring you down when you're being happy about the situation, trying to find new things, take it where it needs to be. Because it definitely could be one or the other. Because over here it says, no matter what, I'm still, even though I understand what's going on with this situation, no matter which one it was, you're still trying to keep the hope, the faith, waiting for the good luck. You're healing from a situation. You're putting yourself in this place of healing. So this is how you are kind of fearing the change. So you're kind of delaying the disaster. Okay. So I do kind of feel, or they don't want to change. If you know you're dealing with someone else and you know that all of this is them, okay, then put it where it needs to be. Because no matter what, in the end, even if it is you and you're imbalanced, you know, it's mind over heart, we all do it. But no matter what comes out of the situation is that sudden awareness of choosing the happiness and acceptance. You're trying to realign for the greater cause, right, of your purpose in your 10th house. Because it does show that you're pushing hard, feeling restless, and throwing caution to the wind. It's like you're out of patience right? Either with this person or this slow ass timeline that you're on. But you're still in this place of careful moderation and still trying to be as patient as possible. But, right? And the only patience you have is trying to keep the faith, but knowing that this is taking fucking forever, right? So that's kind of like where you're like, okay, fine, I accept it. I understand it. That's where you come to the acceptance. Because you wanted results now. And like I said, for some of you, could feel like somebody's holding you back. Or you could just feel like it's me and I'm this way and the world is holding me back. And then it's making me imbalanced. One day it's a good day. Next day, here I am again. Overextending myself. Right? But I do feel like if you are dealing with someone else, you guys could also be dealing with someone who's burning a lot of bridges. And you're trying to break out of some kind of stagnant routine with this person, but you just haven't done so yet. But you're starting to have this final awareness. This is not going to bring good luck. This is what's holding you back. Whether it's a mindset of person or whatever. It's not bringing you where you need to be. So it's almost like the 10th house wants you to take this bold, expansive action. But don't overextend. Because you don't want to burn yourself out either. Okay, so at the end of the month, you do have trying one more time. Finding the peace within. To the 9 of Pentacles. There it is. There it is. At least it's making itself. It's like almost like the Sagittarius energy is saying, okay, look, once you get it, and the sudden awareness at the new moon there on the 11th in Virgo, it's almost like it's going to ground you. It's going to say, this is what it is. Here you go. Check it, right? So at the end of the month here, you have trying one more time and the indecision. It's like you're aimlessly drifting to avoid what's going on within this situation, but you're finding the peace within this situation. And then you finally find, hey, you know what? This is where my rewards are. This is where I'm finding the self-sufficiency over here. I finally got what I want, and I'm finally figuring this out. And that's going to be at the full moon in Aries. But the fall equinox is going to put you straight into a place of peace and relaxation. You have retreat, yeah. I really do feel like a lot of you, there's another person in this situation who's holding you back from what you're supposed to be doing. And I just feel like you haven't 100% cut the ties to this situation, whether this is the job, the boss, somebody who's holding you back from your career, something. There's something here. Because for a lot of this reading is like chasing butterflies. But yet having a huge moth in the way. Or bring away the butterflies. Because this is saying here, okay, we're going to try one more time. I'm going to do what I need to do, but I'm going to relax. I'm going to find peace. And then finally, I finally figured it out. I got this. But I'm traveling alone and I'm doing it by myself this time. So whether or not you're rebalancing from all of your scarcity mindset, or you've definitely walked away from this person's energy altogether, left that all behind to go find your own independence and find, you know, a walk alone. I walk alone with my rewards. Wow, that's crazy deep. I think what it is for a lot of you too, you may have been, if you were dealing with someone else, giving them another chance after you became aware of the situation. Or maybe they became aware of the situation and that's why you give them another chance. but then they falter. They fall. It fails. To get how it is, it fails. And the only one more time that you have in the end is where you find the peace, the relaxation enough to gather your own thoughts, your own energy to yourself and say, that's it, I've had enough. Because this is your overall power. What's it clarified by going into October? Bottom of the deck is the Judgment. Yeah. Reawakening to the Page of Cups. New happy surprise. Yeah. That's where you're going to have that happy surprise. That's where you're going to realize everything is definitely going in your favor. This is where the luck actually comes in. That's where the wheel, the Jupiter, that wheel of fortune's coming in saying, this is it. This is where things change around. So you're definitely mapping out this deep transition over here that extends straight into October, guys. I mean, that's it. Because you're going to see some kind of happy surprise here, where it's definitely going to grab your curiosity and you're going to say, oh my gosh, that's what it was. That's what I was waiting for. That's it. That is it. And you already got it. You already got the confidence. So guys, great reading. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.